Yeah, let's go ahead and continue. So we're doing investigation part 3 because we found out that Mr. Actorman is a liar and a fraud, and he's been stealing gas for a while, and he pinned the blame on what's his face? I already forgot. Natsume. Soseki. That one. 22nd February, 1:11 p.m. Naruhodo Legal Consultancy. Okay, so we're back in the bit. Love to hype stuff they never tell us about the. Yeah, no, that's the thing. They're like, get your Eclipse glasses, which is like the #1 like Amazon and Google search thing, but nobody could really watch it here because the weather's really bad and it's very cloudy, so you can't even see the sun, let alone the sun being eclipsed by the moon. Made it back in one piece. Just. To be perfectly honest, I thought we were finished there for a while. Oh, I know. What a lot of close shaves. There's so many carriages on the streets of London, you were very nearly flattened several times. Oh, no, I didn't mean that. I meant the court. Yes, I know. It's a marvelous defense, Naruhodo-san. It really was. I was in awe of you. Oh, thank you. And now that your fervent exploits have won us some more precious investigation time, let's see if we can't find some new clues for court tomorrow. Yes, let's do that. Is everything all right? I suppose. I still can't quite believe it, that's all. That I'm here in England, working as a lawyer. I mean, in the Old Bailey, no less. Yeah. Truth is, shouldn't be me, should it? Should be him standing in my shoes. Him. He's talking about his friend Kazuma. Yep. Should be Kazuma. Wah, 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 wah. For the 100th time, I know you're not wearing them at the moment. What happened? Oh, what headphones do you use? For every day? I like never wear headphones. I'm not gonna lie. I wear them very rarely. Like the 2 sets of headphones I have is like the Logitech G435, but that's like PC headphones. And then the Bluetooth ones I have are like the Sony like WH100 something. They're kind of expensive, but they are very, very good. I hate the feeling of headphones on my head. So as you can see, I rarely use them for stream, aside from sometimes when I'm playing with like RC and Zunder to keep like them from hearing themselves. Like my mic is pretty good, but even then it'll catch snippets of them if they're being kind of loud and it's coming out of the speaker. And then the 3rd set I have are earbuds. I have Skull Candy like wireless earbuds that I use very rarely inside of my car, like if I'm doing food deliveries, but I've just been Ubering people around and it seems rude to wear I just play the music in the car. It seems really awkward to have just a dead silent car and me listening to music, you know? You always wear headphones? At the moment you're wearing studio headphones? Yeah. Like the Sony ones I have, I think are kind of like studio grade. And I really like them. And I used to use them for streams before, but I just don't like having them in my head for too long, even if the sound quality is very good. That's why I got this sound bar, because the sound quality is still good, but I don't have to wear it on my head. It was Kazuma-sama's wish that you follow him to Great Britain and work alongside him. Sorry, we got distracted by headphone talk. But yeah, those are the 3 I use. Otherwise I'd be using like a cheapo set because I don't like spending a lot of money on headphones. Like the G435s are the ones that I bought for myself, and those were like $20 or $30. They were fairly cheap because I got them on sale. My sister got me the Skull Candy ones, and my mom bought me the Sony headphones. Because I think I had some studio headphones on my wish list, and she was like, I'm just going to get you these. And I'm like, okay. Which is really funny, because I would be using them for stream a lot more, but I don't play the kind of games that really require headphones. I never had the chance to ask him exactly why, but he clearly had a plan. He had great things in store for you. I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for him. play its FPS so you can see why you don't wear them. Yeah, exactly. I don't play the type of games that really, like, necessitate the use of a headset. Like, granted, they help while playing the Hunter, because the Hunter has very dynamic sound, because it's a hunting game. So you want to kind of hear, like, the direction that things are making noises from, because there's the on-screen cues, but it helps to actually, like, hear it, you know, to figure out which way you should be looking and all that. And you're doing wonderfully, Naruhodo-san. Thanks. I have no doubt that Kazuma-sama would say exactly the same if he were here with us. Oh, thank you, Susato. You're great. Thank you, Susato-san. Thank you. Oh, converse about today's trial. Oh, yeah, because it's the afternoon after the trial. Because we're having a recess because they have to go test the tea that was in the bar of soap for poison, because if it wasn't poisoned, then that gets our boy Natsume off the hook. If it is poisoned, we're screwed, but, you know. Quite a shock earlier today, wasn't it? When the victim himself turned up in court and took the stand. I know. Not only that, but then finding out that he's actually a bare-faced gas thief as well. Yes, that was certainly a surprise to us all. For a while, it seemed as though everyone had quite forgotten about Sasaki-san poisoning the tea. Yeah. Carefully your phrasing, Susato-san. He didn't poison anything. There's more to this Mr. Sham Spear than we yet know, I'm sure of it. Mr. Shamspear certainly wasn't the noble, upstanding man everyone thought he was at first. What's become of him, actually? I was told that he'd be returning to the hospital ward where he was receiving treatment. Oh, which one is that? Wait, is he still poisoned, E? Let me see. Ah, yes, he's at St. Bartholomew's, or Bart's, as Londoners call it. We know that place, don't we? Yes, we visited a Miss Green there yesterday. It's the same hospital to which she was taken. Oh yes, after Sasaki-san stabbed her in the back. Do be careful your phrasing, Naruhodo-san. He didn't stab anyone. Perhaps we both owe Sasaki-san an apology. I don't know, that man kind of sucks. Like, he's innocent, but he's just so, like, fidgety and weird and annoying. St. Bartholomew's. Yeah, we should probably visit the hospital later. What's next? So, we know that Sasaki-san took tea to the victim on the night in question. But as he isn't the culprit, then obviously, yes, the poison surely wasn't in the tea. But if that's the case, how on earth did the poison get into Mr. Shamspear's body? I'm sure we'll find a clue at the scene. There must be something that in Mr. Shamspear's room that will help solve the mystery. Well, naturally, Scotland Yard detectives have been over the place already. But it couldn't hurt for us to have another look around, I think. Definitely. And I'm desperate to know the outcome of the investigation into the tea left in the bar of soap. Well, if we run into Inspector Gregson, we could ask him about that. Okay. Kazuma Asagi, the best friend I ever had, and a lawyer with such promise. You really saved my bacon in that horrible incident just before we left Japan. Yep, look at him. He looks so cool and ready to be a real lawyer, and then he had to up and get kilt. So now I'm the lawyer man, even though I have the bad slappies and the faces and the shifty eyes. Still picture him now looking so fierce and determined in court. Oh yeah, compared to you, looking not very fierce. And then after the trial, that crazy idea he came up with. As a stowaway? Yes, you can fit inside my trunk if you curl up small enough, I'm sure. No one will know. And his ever-flowy ribbon headband. Kazuma, why won't you tell me why? Why go to these lengths just so I can accompany you to the Great Britain? Well, it's been on my mind ever since we got through that trial. That you really ought to go into law. Be a defense lawyer. You've got a natural talent for it. Believe me, I guarantee it. But I've never even thought about becoming a lawyer. Well, I can't force you, obviously. You'll have to decide for yourself. Oh wait, I did, by dying on a boat. But anyway, London is the cultural capital of the world, city at the forefront of everything. Can't hurt for you to see it with your own eyes. No, that's true. I suppose, though, if you were to become a lawyer, then one day, One day what? Oh, no. Never mind. Naruhodo-san? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking about Kazuma. Yes, he's forever in my thoughts, too. To change the Japanese judicial system for the better, that was his dream. I bet he wants me to do his dream now. And that's why he so desperately wanted to come to Great Britain to study, of course. Yes, that's right, but... Yes? I do wonder if his true intentions lay elsewhere sometimes. I don't know. The thought just takes hold of me every now and then, that's all. Currently use Razer headphones for on the go, and they're the worst headphones ever, over 50. Better experience with 20. Yeah, no, that's the problem. I feel like the problem is, Dixie's, a lot of companies started out really, really good, and their products were like decently priced and well made, but now they just kind of coast off of their name and they make subpar products but charge out the ass for them, and people are like, but it's Razer, it's good. And then they're like, oh, I've only had it for like 6 months and it's already broken and support won't give me new ones. And I'm just like, Like, I'd rather pay for cheaper headphones that last a while than ones that are supposed to be very good that actually just end up breaking way too quickly. I don't know, the thought just takes a hold of me every now and then, that's all. Oh! Kazuma's true intentions. Do you know? Well, she probably knows. Naruhodo-san, what do you mean by Kazuma-sama's true intentions? I mean this. His katana? Never expected to inherit this sword after Kazuma passed away, of course. No, I know. It was because I asked you to take it. When I have it at my side in court, I feel as though it gives me courage. Also, sorry I keep messing with the microphone. I just I'm trying to find the sweet spot for it to be. Because I know you guys don't care if the microphone is on camera because it doesn't matter. I could have it off camera, but then I'd have to turn it up and then it would pick up other sounds. So it's better for it to just be fairly close to my face. I just don't like it. Well, I guess it's barely even in the way. This is a very small microphone compared to my other one over there by the couch. Yeah, gives me courage. Yes. Actually, the night before he died, he told me a little about the sword. Yeah? Oh! It's pointy! Karuma? Okay. Yeah, we're looking down our best friend's shaft. Oh, actually, you can't say it like that. But if you want the version that comes with a headphone jack, it goes from 50... Yeah, no, that's ridiculous. I mean, that's like the iPhone not having a headphone jack. Or a lot of my... even my phone... Actually, never mind. This doesn't have a headphone jack. But you can buy... I know you can buy... I think that you can buy a USB-C thing that puts a headphone jack in it. Granted, I don't need a headphone jack for my phone because I just use wireless stuff, but it is kind of funny seeing a lot of analog stuff just pushed out, even though it's really not that expensive to have it shoved in there. That's right. It's a prized sword that's been passed down through the generations of the Asogi clan. Watch your hand! Okay. Yeah. A Japanese man's sword is his soul. Ryunosuke. Oh, God. They can't be parted. He said that. I can't be parted from my katana, and except when you're dead. Analog audio. No, it's true. Analog audio is better. Even as good as, Bluetooth and wireless is now compared to before, a strong physical connection is just better. It passes the information faster, having Ethernet instead of Wi-Fi. It passes more power through. Good for speakers, with surround sound. I used to have a wireless adapter for my rear speakers in my living room surround sound setup, but sometimes it would just get garbled or it just wouldn't work right. So I just use a long wire and have wire covers over them. But yeah, a physical connection is just better. Especially when it comes to audio and video stuff. Karma guides me. I truly believe that. Okay, did it? Oh, well. So its name compels its wielder to slice evil in two. Not that you would need much compelling. On that subject, there's something very important that I have to do in Great Britain. Something you have to do? Okay, I remember this conversation, but it's been like a year, so... Yes. I'd appreciate you seeing it through with me. Oh, of course I will. I knew you wouldn't let me down. Thanks. Oh, I just realized something. I have the talkie filter on. There we go. Okay. So now the overall sound of the game should be more quiet, just in case. What did he mean by something very important that I have to do? I had hoped the answer to that question would become apparent when we arrived here, but as yet I've not found a single clue. I see. And at least this time I did have the game audio on instead of having like 30 minutes of no audio. Thanks. Thanks, Obama. I see. Okay, so I guess it's time to go to the room. Okay. Wait. Did it say Natsume's lodgings? No, this is Shamspears. Oh, hello again, Inspector Gregson. What are you doing here? Well, we were hoping to have another look around, actually. The lawyer representing the defendant has a right to examine the scene, as I'm sure you're aware. I don't need to do laundry, sorry. my laundry app just like, I heard my phone bloop bloop and I was like, let's check it out. No, I'll do laundry later. Yeah, I know the score. Oh, yes, one other thing. The soap on the ledge outside the window. Did you find it with the tea in it? Yeah, we found it, all right. And there was a small amount of tea in it, as you said. I knew it! It's with the identification section at the yard now. They're looking into it. The results should be available later today. That's wonderful news. Thank you. What? Pretty impressive performance in court this morning. Sorry? Nothing. Forget it. Just make sure you don't disturb anything in here. Did he praise me and then he got embarrassed that he praised me? What the hell, man? Oh, so sorry. I needed to grab my water. Hold on, I might need to refill it soon. Okay. Oh, I can't converse at all with him. Let's look at the soap again. So it turns out that Mr. Shamster wasn't eating the soap at all. That's right. The mystery of why he had it on a plate whilst holding a fork in his hand is solved. Yes, to prize his latest ice coin out of its mold. And in the process, he accidentally broke the bar of soap in two. Certainly was hard to imagine, let alone deduce. Yeah, fair. Oh, should I check the bricks again? No, I already. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's. The sun never shines in this room thanks to that depressing bricked up window. Yet with enough determination, you can always remove the bricks to set some soap outside, can't you? Sounds like a very wise life lesson, Miss Susato. Only if you plan to follow a life of crime, Mr. Naruhodo. Okay, well, thanks. Okay, let's look at the box again. If you ran out of change, you wouldn't even have any light, let alone heat. For the needy, London's winters can be very harsh. That's true, but if you think about it, even the wealthy would find themselves freezing if they ran out of small change. London's winters can be very harsh for the forgetful, too, then. Frankly, I'm starting to wonder if Susato-san and I are going to make it to spring. That's true. We don't even have a meter at Baker Street, let alone a gas stove. How? But... like, that's... I wonder if she's... because it seems like sometimes she responds to the blue text, which I am, like, 100% sure is in my head. And I'm like, how does she know to respond to the things in my head? Look how dark the stain on the floor is underneath the meter there. Yes, from all the water dripping out after the ice coins melted, as you established in this court this morning. It's very large and an obvious stain, isn't it? Mr. Shamster must have used an awful lot of ice coins, I suppose. It's An ingenious idea. I'll give him that. Do I look at Gregson now? Are you looking for new clues, Inspector? On Lord Van Zeek's orders, yeah. Don't come back till you've got something for me, he says. Oh dear, poor you. Yeah, poor me, because we already searched every bleeding nook and cranny in this place. I don't know what he expects, to be honest. Thank goodness for warm chips is all I can say. Well, at least he's honest. I want some warm chips. Where's my warm chips? Somebody buy me warm chip. Give me a hot chip. Oh yeah, the teacups. Ah, the ill-fated teacups from which the two men drank on the ill-fated night. During their heated literary debate, yes. Who's stronger, Romeo or Juliet? Sounds like it was quite a discussion. Now that I think of it, I'm sure the two lovers in the play ended their lives with poison. That's fiction, Miss Susato. Let's hope it stays that way. Well, the other problem is, Dixies, sometimes you get a phone and it doesn't even have a charger because they just assume, like, it's to save costs. They're just like, well, you probably already have a USB-C cable. But yeah, generally they will not give you like the maximum charger unless it's like a brand new phone and you're spending like $1,000 anyway. There's not much on these shelves, is there? Just this wine glass and bottle. And both of them are cracked. Yes, not much use, are they? What's the matter? Oh, I was just reminded of the Reaper, that's all. Prosecutor Lorne Van Zeeks? Yes, he's so reckless with his wine glasses. I was thinking it's a waste that he should donate some to the needy. Oh, and that he should donate some to the... Yeah, he does break a lot. You can suggest it next time we meet. There's not really a lot to look at. We didn't really find anything new. Like, we looked at the shelf, and I thought maybe that would bring something up. Knock something loose, but this is looking pretty barren. Maybe I need to go talk to Mr. Natsume. Or go up and... Oh, wait. Where can I go to? Yeah, I'm here right now. Do I need to go to prison? Miss Green's hospital bed. Let's go to prison. If it play... Oh! Yep, I think we have to do something at prison because it's showing this. And that usually means something is afoot. Hey, what's going on, sir? Oh, Mr. Natsume's back. So he is. Mr. Natsume, hello! I mean, Gregson did say it would take a bit for the results to show up. I am a cat. Sorry? I don't know who Mr. Natsume is. Or Airlock Sholmes. I don't know about the courts or the trials or Old Baileys. I am a cat. That's what I am. Just a cat. This guy is just annoying. Mr. Naruhodo, he's trying to escape from reality. Trying to? He already has. Completely. Most are just going to go to Amazon. But yeah, no, exactly. So, what's your name then? As yet, I have no name. Mr. Naruhodo, he hasn't fully thought out his new identity yet. Maybe it's not too late to bring him back to reality. Do you think you could open your eyes for us, Mr. Natsume? Oh, hello, I'm no longer a cat. I am not a cat. It worked! He's back in the real world! See, things like this, like, I appreciate a lot of things about Ace Attorney, Great Ace Attorney. That was like 2 minutes of nothing. It was just, this game is already very long. That was just 2 minutes of whatever that was. And I'm sorry, maybe I have dumb American sense of humor or something. None of that was funny. It was just a waste of time. You know? What's going to become of me? No! Don't answer that! It's obvious! My accursed soul is never going to escape this accursed fate. Mr. Natsume, no, the morning's proceedings in court prove that there's hope. Yes, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire was brilliant, but the Reaper is omnipresent in court, in my lodgings, here, there, everywhere. He's not in your lodgings, bro. What's he looking straight at me for? I'm not in there. I don't want to be in your bedroom. I think perhaps there are some things we should discuss. Oh, yes, we must. Okay, I was like, are we gonna discuss this morning's trial? In my whole life, have I ever been so moved as I was today? No! Didn't you say that about, like, the first thing? Of course, if I cast my mind back, there were perhaps one or two other occasions that moved me more. But if I just block those out, then today, being in that courtroom was the most moving experience of my life! Locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! You're too kind. Also annoying. Scotland Yard has found the remaining tea, just as we deduced, and are analyzing it as we speak. There's nothing wrong with that tea. They won't find a drop of poison in it. That's a solemn, sworn, Soseki certainty. Cool. Tell me, did you both drink the tea at the same time that night? Oh yes, most definitely. Remember, drink tea while it's hot. But you just said we poured it down our throats like it was a hot bath for our bellies. You're lying. You just told us. We've gone over so many times. He didn't drink the tea right away because he saved the tea so he could turn it into frozen tea coins for his gas thingy. I hate this man. Stop lying. And at that time, you were both completely fine, as shown by the fact that he and Mr. Shamster then engaged in the Romeo and Juliet match. Maybe he had more than one cup of tea. Maybe they both drank the tea really quick, and then he had another cup of tea, and that one was sitting out. Either way, there was definitely tea that was left over. I suppose the focus of tomorrow's proceedings will be how the poison was taken by the victim then. Mr. Shamspeare, he is a sham. He's just his worst. That rotten Shamspeare, what have I ever done to him? You beat him up while dressed up as Juliet? You don't recall him taking issue with you over anything you've done recently? I've been holed up in my room, immersed in books. I don't recall anything at all. Great. That's helpful. Right. But what I don't understand is why he didn't let me know sooner. Let you know what, Mr. Natsume? About the soap, of course. What else? Oh, dear. Are you struggling with such a meager stipend? Of course I am. If I had money, I wouldn't have chosen to live an accursed existence in such an accursed lodging. Ah, yes. You said it's because the place is cursed that it's so cheap, didn't you? Exactly! Especially that room that I rent. The spirit of that capital offender who lived there still haunts the place. And it's trying to kill me! Capital offender? Might I ask, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire, that next time you visit me, you bring scores of super soft soaps? Why? Oh, so he can freeze his own coin. I'm losing my mind. Wait, what can I present to him? Do you know about this? Sir, Mr. Not, it's nothing much, but... it's been, no, I'm not giving you a present. I was trying evidence. Oh, no, I can't. No, that's a miss. Show the soap. Mr. Natsume, what do you know about this? Okay, so showing him the actual soap. He did say something about soap, so I guess that's where I should include in that I show him the soap. Ah, there it is. That lathery lowlife that took my neighbor's life and sent me sliding into the depths of despair. Slippery, sickly, psychotic saboteur. It's just soap, bro. It's just soap. You've really gone off soap, haven't you? Absolutely, and I've made up my mind. The next time someone gives me soap as a present, it's friendship, finished, firmly, forever. I really hate this man. I wish he didn't do that every 5 seconds. I don't know that we can blame soap for everything that's happened to Mr. Natsume. It's how the soap was used, and who was using the soap. Okay, I guess well, bye. Let's go talk to Miss Green, I guess? Like, I don't know, man. Where the hell am I supposed to be going? February, St. Bart's Recovery Award. There's a mouse. Was the mouse there before? I think the mouse was there before. What do you suppose is happening? It sounds like some sort of disturbance. Yeah, I hear angry voices. Oh my god, they know each other. Be not angry, oh ample lady. Oh, that's a rude thing to say. Verily, thou art mistaken. Mistaken my foot, you were looking at my painting. Okay, I thought he was being a pervert, but he's looking at her painting. The eye of man hath not heard, the ear of man hath not seen. That's not how that works. 'Twas foul indeed the poison that mustached villain gaveth me. Forgive me, lady. I hate this man. I wish that you died from that poison. Whoa! I mean, me too, but also, damn. God a mercy, ample lady, but thou seest I have vigor still. Behold my sham spear dance. I hate it. Please stop. This looks rather ominous, doesn't it? I hope she kills him. Ah, lo, 'tis the lawyer from the land whence riseth the sun. How now? What are you doing here? And also, I don't understand what you're saying. Mary, I do believe I am returned unto another ward. He was looking, that's what he was doing, looking at my terrible work. Eastern fellow, so darky clad. Faith, thy work in court this morning was wonderful. I do applaud thee, even though I said you were a thief and a liar. Oh, well, thank you, I guess. Oh, but that doesn't mean things will go so wonderfully for you tomorrow, does it? Oh? You bent your scepter. Oh, he's unbending it. Ew, it's... No! There's no way. That's not how that works. You can't just straighten it out like that. Anon. Exunt. What? Can you speak regular language? Okay, bye. Mr. Shamspeare might technically be the victim in this case. No, he's not. There's definitely a lot more to it than that. It's very hard to pin the man down. So what's up? I'm so sorry. I'm such an awful person. Oh, her painting's on the ground. Ah, Miss Green, is everything all right? Oh, yes. I mean, don't worry about me. They're about to discharge me, so I must get ready to leave now. Oh, I see. We're delighted that you'll soon be well enough to go home, Miss Green. Oh dear, you're too kind. I don't deserve it. Gosh, sure self-deprecating. Okay, so... But I think if I try to look at the painting, she's actually gonna kill me. It's... Well, okay, I can't even attempt to look at it. Medicine cabinet. There are lots of bottles in that cabinet, aren't there? You think it's safe to keep them like that? If you were a patient here, I'm sure you'd take some medicine by mistake when you were half asleep. That is a worry. But at least the cabinet has a lock, even though it's only a flimsy-looking one. Oh, I've no doubt you'd manage to unlock that somehow while you were half asleep as well. There are limits to what I can do when I'm half asleep, you know, Miss Cisato. Can I look at the rat? Eek! A mouse, Mr. Naruhodo! An enormous mouse! Vermin in a hospital? That doesn't seem the best. But it looks like a very healthy specimen, doesn't it? It's very plump. Not sure we can say it's down to the excellence of this facility, if that's what you were thinking. Okay, well... Well, this looks like the treatment notes for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Do not permit to run around the hospital. Patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so, he or she is probably running around the hospital then. Oh. Oh dear, how worrying. What's worrying is that they haven't discharged the patient yet. Okay, this one has a note on it. There's all sorts of medicines in this cabinet. Look. Not sure if it's safe leaving them in reach of everyone like this. Yes, you're right. I can imagine if you were peckish, you might try a whole bottle or two. Doesn't make... What? Cisato, why do you say things? There's a little lock. But peckish, if not, if you were hungry, I'd wear you back. Stuff like this. They just really like to hammer it in. Hunger doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Miss Cisato. That's why you eat a Snickers. Okay, I think I've already looked at basically everything I can in this room. So what's the point of coming here other than to see Shamsphere being a piece of shit? And I can't converse with her. I can look at her. So, are you feeling more like yourself today, Miss Green? I am, thank you. I mean, people do recover from ordeals like this, don't they? Even people like me. Well, yes, it really was an ordeal, wasn't it? As far as I was concerned, I was just walking along the snow one evening, minding my own business. And then, completely out of the blue, I was struck in the back by a knife and collapsed unconscious for days. Of course, when I finally woke up again yesterday, the whole business had been cleared up already. What a terrible week it's been for you. Oh no, I'm sure I'm very lucky, really. I'll look back on this fondly. Really? Anyway, I must be getting my things together now, so I'm ready to be discharged. Oh yes, of course. Sorry to take up your time when you're so obviously busy. So, I guess that's, Can I look at it now? Nope. Okay, well... let's go somewhere else, I guess. Briar Road? I don't know. Oh, there's so many Oh! So the soap's still there. Oh, door? The Garrideb household and Mr. Natsume's lodgings are a prominent position there on the corner. Sometimes when I look at the building, I can't help feeling that it's at a bit of a slant. It does rather look like it would collapse even in the smallest earthquake, doesn't it? Isn't it supposed to be haunted as well? I think I might have a hunch as why Saseki-san has such a hunched back. Wow, rude. Okay. Snowman. Why somebody built this snowman on some sort of pedestal, do you think? It's not a pedestal, Mr. Naruhodo. That's a part of the snowman's body. Really? But it already has a perfectly good body. Well, it's true that the British snowmen are usually made with 2 balls of snow. Perhaps this is a foreigner. And we're looking at him as if he's strange. Poor man. I know how he feels. If anything, it's Japanese and British 2-ball snowmen that are the strange one, isn't it? Yeah. Why are there only 2 balls? They need 3 balls. He needs a rump. What's going on, Shiro? After all, real people do have 3 sections. Head, torso, and legs. Do you ever think that perhaps you think about things too much? You know? Well, this sure was scintillating. Let's just go to Sholmes' suite. Maybe there's something we can learn from him. Oh. Oh, Bruno and Susie. Hooray, you're back. Thanks. Hello, Iris. You're in fine spirits as always, I see. I am, and you look as immaculately presented as ever, Susie. This case was interesting. Oh, interesting is the word. I found it, like, I'm not gonna lie. I went back to the prison, and for like 2 minutes, Saseki-san was acting like a cat, and it just felt like a waste of my time. And I was just like, oh boy, maybe this humor just isn't for me. But that was dumb, and also I feel like I could have been doing something more productive. Oh, you flatter me. Well, you couldn't have come at a better time. I've just made a pot of tea. I'll set some cups. Oh, mystery tea. Really? Thanks, Iris. But actually, what is that foul smell? Is it the tea? Is it Sholmes? Did he fart? Okay, meow. Aha! The Wanderers return at last! Where on earth have the pair of you been? We've been in court? Oh, for Mr. Mustache's case. That was today, was it? I'm sure I mentioned it only yesterday, Mr. Sholmes. I can't bother to remember about stupid things. He said something. I'm sure you think you did. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Well, we can laugh about it now. You can laugh about it. So tell me, how did the trial go? Reasonably well so far. We've managed to escape without a guilty verdict, at least. Really? I would have liked to see it. Well, you should have been there then. And I must pass the time of day with Mr. Reaper again. It's been too long. Is Lord Van Zeeks an acquaintance, Mr. Sholmes? Naturally. There's not a person in the world who doesn't know my name, Mr. Naruhodo. Well, I didn't know your name. Not quite what I asked, but still. Mr. Sholmes, whatever is that odor? Yes, what is it? It's faint, but absolutely awful. Oh, indeed! That's the scent of victory, my dear fellows. Victory in science. Oh, what did you make? Oh, dear. All right, I'll bite. What's he up to now? Oh, I have to talk to him about the smell? And Lord Van Zeeks, I guess. Whichever's more important. Lord Baron Van Zeeks. Yes, it's an interesting sobriquet he has, isn't it? Oh my God. Did I say that right? If I said that right, I'm going to feel really cool.
Sobriquet.
I did. Ha! It's it's just nickname. Just fucking say nickname. Nobody says sobriquet. Or alias. Call it anything except that. It's not a word people say. Anyway. The Reaper of the Bailey. The best OST of this game. Once the legendary prosecutor has fought for someone's conviction, that person is doomed. Even if he or she is found not guilty by the courts, sooner or later, the hapless soul will vanish from the capital. But vanish how exactly? By falling under a passing carriage, or drowning in the Thames, or succumbing to a sudden fever, or quite out of the blue being set upon by a highwayman. There are numerous routes to one's final terminus, my dear fellow. It all seems a little far-fetched, really. Well, on the bright side, Mr. Mustache is fighting fit, for the time being at least. That's not overly reassuring. If the rumors are true, though, the obvious conclusion would surely be that those acquitted are, well, by Lord Van Zeek's own hand. As it happens, Miss Susato, that is quite impossible. Oh? Why? Naturally, the man very quickly came under such suspicion. However, whenever these incidents occurred, the Reaper had always had a cast iron alibi. That sounds like he did it even more. Really? And so his reign continued. But 5 years ago, he vanished from the courts, never to appear as a prosecutor again. Well, he has appeared twice now, so that's a lie. Well, actually, more than twice. That is until you arrived in the country, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, so I've heard. In fact, it was the very day I arrived when I was thrust into that trial at the Old Bailey. That bitter fight to the death coincided with the Reaper's resurrection, and really did end bitterly indeed. Yeah, I know. And here you are, facing Mr. Reaper again. Poor Runo. I don't know if you're just incredibly unlucky or incredibly unlikable. That's really freaking rude. Yeah, it's not just that. What the hell? What do you mean I didn't let Sholmes finish? Yeah, right. He never. I am fighting. Of all what? Oh, general loathing of all Japanese people. He does call me his learned Japanese friend in the kind of way that somebody would call you sweetheart in the South, which actually means that they hate your guts. Yeah, is he possibly xenophobic? Japanese people! I'll talk about the foul smell and then the Japanese people. Pretty sure. Shiro, the thing is, the game told me stuff about it in the first game, which I played last year. Do I remember, like, anything from that? No. That was last year. That was a completely different time. Something happened. Probably something happened that was bad that involved Japanese people. Aside from that, couldn't tell you. He's just a weird guy who likes throwing wine and bottles and being angry and calling me demeaning names. So what is that indescribably foul smell? Well, most probably this, I would say. What the hell is that? What is that? My dear fellow, it is, of course, my latest invention. A chemical test that can identify whether or not a tea is genuine at the drop of some tea. What? Did you just make something that's incredibly relevant to this stupid case, man? Like, ugh. So did he not give him tea? Are we gonna test the tea to see if it's not tea? What? Oh my. That's a very British thing to make. There are some unscrupulous sorts manning the stalls along some of London's less frequented streets. They regularly sell what purports to be high-quality tea, but it is in fact merely dyed leaves of drab flavor. It's literally... Well, that's certainly unsavory behavior. So, when one is presented with what appears to be black tea, one must be careful. Iris! At the ready, Hurley. Don't put that foul-smelling liquid in the tea. Let us add a drop of my chemical to this cup of tea here. Do you see what happens? It's black. It's black, like oily black. It turned completely black. And what a foul odor it's giving off. Oh, from a certain person, but did not elaborate. You know what? I have a feeling, considering how all of this stuff is already starting to feel, that it probably has something to do with... Ah, shit, he's not on the roster. I feel like it probably has something to do with Susato's dad. Because he seems to be up to some bullshit. It's got... And I... Well, I don't... Well, it's... Lord Van Zeek's... How old is he? 32? Or is he? Yeah, he's 32. He's not super old. Her dad's like in 40s. But it would have to have something to do with some Japanese person that visited before or something. I don't know. You also will not elaborate. Well, I know you're not elaborating, but that's just me drawing my own conclusions. Because there's definitely... Susato's dad is in some shit with Sasaki-san, and it had something to do with the British, the British scholar Dr. Man who visited before, and everything's very hush-hush, and... Indeed, the blacker the tea becomes, the more foul the odor. The better the tea is... What? So the black is good. It would appear that this cup was a particularly fine Darjeeling, and yet you made it stinky. That's very ingenious, but what do you do with the black liquid now? Why, dispose of it naturally, since you surely wouldn't like to drink it. Would you? No. There does seem to be a rather obvious problem with your new invention, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, hi, Tide Pod. Hi, Pod. How are you doing? We're mystery solving. We're talking to Mr. Herlock Sholmes, and he just put his stinky liquid into some tea and was like, that's some damn good tea. Now let's throw that out. Yeah, welcome on in. How are you doing? How is stream? How is life? Things are good here. Sorry, my racing wheel is kind of in the way of my chat, but don't worry about it too much. Stank it. Yeah, stank tea. Hence why this chemical test is merely a test, my dear madame. Right. The point is, we are entering a new era of science in the world of criminal investigation, also. Yes, forensic science. Oh, these are such exciting times, and yet you're using your forensic science to see how good tea is. I mean, I guess somebody's got to do it. I regularly engage in this scientific experimentation alongside my unofficial consultant detective work. The Herlock Sholmes method will be the foundation upon which modern investigative technique is based. The most evil thing I did was be lazy. Unfortunately, it's very, very cloudy today, and it's been like off and on raining, so I didn't actually get to see the eclipse, but I had plenty of friends send me pictures of the various areas that they're at where they could see the eclipse. I did finish off a can of Pringles. Is that evil? Maybe that's evil. Gluttony, sloth, you know, it's two of them. Same weather. Oh, really? Man, it's always when something cool is about to happen that Houston is like, you don't need to see the sky today. Why would you do that? There's nothing going on. Don't worry about it. No. This little tea indicant was a happy byproduct of my ongoing forensic science research. Forensic science? I suppose I should find out more about that. Yes, you should. Well, right after you find out more about Japanese people. God, why does this sound like some kind of like Jeopardy like scoreboard? T, Japanese people. Forensic science for 500, please. In the Pacific Northwest, we only have whitish layer for the sky. Oh, okay, that's not too bad at least. With Mr. Natsume, who I'm currently defending being Japanese, as well as Miss Susato and myself, I felt it even more keenly in court today. For some reason, Lord Van Zeek seems to have an inherent disdain of the Japanese. Indeed. It is an interesting observation. Are you going to elaborate, Sholmes? You had 96% totality in your area, but didn't care enough to go outside? Fair. Do you know something about it? Do you, Mr. Sholmes? It was about 10 years ago that Barak von Zeeks chose to enter the legal profession. Oh yeah, I guess 10 years ago he would have 22. That makes sense. However, before that time, the young man's closest companion hailed from the Empire of Japan. No! What do you mean no? Why are you saying no? What's wrong with him being friends with a Japanese man? So idiots wouldn't blind themselves? I mean, true, people do like to stare at the sun. What the? Tell us more, Mr. Sholmes. You completed the ritual. Aw, I wish I had done that. Probably would have been pretty cool. What happened? Not a check. Oh, a shocked no. Okay, I wasn't sure. I was like, no. Like, what? Okay. Did he also die? I believe I've made it clear before. I'm unable to tell you anything about the effect. Cool, thanks. Awesome. Oh, but I hate you. Cool. The veil will be lifted on the events of the past in due course, I have no doubt. For now, however, it is Mr. Mustache who is most deserving of your attention, I believe. Cool. Well, see, this is why I don't, like, remember things, Shiro, because they're so fucking secretive about it that they release it in little, like, chunks until the very end of the game when they unload everything. And now it's been a year, and I'm like, I've forgotten all of the little bits because I've played so many other games and done so many things since then. It just pushed it all out. So, your T-test, is that an example of forensic science? Indeed it is. An essential tool in cases that hinge on the knowledge of whether some tea is of high quality or inferior quality. Not a huge number of cases, then. Perhaps a more practical example is required. Fingerprints? Oh yeah, that's a smart thing. Not yet accepted in our courts as evidence, I might add. Really, we are dragging our heels here. You know, Sholmes is like just he's just a straight up idiot, but sometimes he has like flashes of clarity, and this is one of them. I hadn't even heard of them until recently. Yeah, you know the things on your fingers that leave marks? Those are fingerprints. Which is partly why I undertake research in this field myself, of course. Does that mean you're studying fingerprints, Mr. Sholmes? There are others in that field already, and I abhor the company of inferior minds. No, what I am researching is skin prints. Oh, I don't like that. Oh, I hate that. Oh, that sounds awful. Skin prints? That sounds like a sex thing, and I don't like it. A nomenclature of my own design, is this chemical agent that makes it possible. Oh, it's the same thing but purple. Is it also stinky? Skin prints. Isn't that what you just use when you have like a leopard skin jacket on? That's like the kind of words they'd use in a romance novel that doesn't know what sex is. It instantly reveals objects touched by whichever person is under investigation. Brilliant, Mr. Sholmes. Oh yeah, just like he had the blood. He in the first game, there was the blood identifier that identified the blood of different people by color. I remember that now. Okay, it's kind of slowly coming back. He has been working on forensic stuff in the past, but it's still not like 100% accepted because it's all very new and, you know, they're stuck in their ways. Skin prints? Oh no, Skin Prints is definitely a porn star name. Ugh. You know what? Oh no. This is just like yesterday when I was having movie night and we were watching a Pokemon movie. And I was like, oh, this definitely spawned Rule 34. And then I looked it up, and it did. And I closed. That was enough internet for the night. No! Anyway, don't look up. Leave Latias alone. Don't do it. Because we watched Pokemon Heroes, which is the 5th Pokemon movie. As long as it doesn't turn everything completely odorous and black. I assure you, my dear fellows, you will witness my forensic talents in action very soon indeed. Oh, hello? Why did my computer? What? I heard a boom. What does that mean? Why did we boom? Everything okay? I don't like when my computer makes noises. We were talking too much about weird things, and it just freaked out, I guess. Well, I think we should go back to the scene and see if we can uncover any new clues. Please keep your skin prints away from me. Yeah, boom. I don't know. I didn't. Well, then again, let me check. Because my main monitor is the one where the game is. Let me change the input. What are you telling me? What notification is there? Oh, it was just Windows security. You don't have to tell me every time there's nothing on here. I take care of my PC. I don't download my... It's 2024. We don't download our pornography anymore. Not that you can get to most of it in Texas because they passed a law. So if you go on certain sites, you're just greeted with a thing that's basically like, hey, due to your senators, you can't watch this no more. Without having an incredibly invasive identity app thing. And I'm like, my information is already in enough places. I'm not doing that. That's the spirit, Runo. Anyway, sorry, we got off track. See you later. Yes, until later. No, Mr. Shumps. We were thinking you'd come with us. You were? Yes, of course. You said so just a moment ago. You said we'd witness your forensic talents in action. Yes, I do recall saying something along those lines. Did I say right now, though? But you go on ahead. I shall be sure to follow you later. In all likelihood. Probably. Maybe. Well, I might. Wow, I hate you. Your commitment astounds me. Oh, thank you, Mr. Sholmes. We'll eagerly await your arrival. Susato, can you stop, idolizing this man who's a crackpot? With flashes of inspiration. Bye-bye, Runo. Bye, Susie. Let's go to Showtime. I'm getting the hell out of here. It's time to go to... Where the heck am I supposed to go now? Back to the room? Is he going to follow me to the room? We've already examined everything. I can't look at anybody's skin. Okay. Do I have to go talk to the Gyarados? I don't want to talk to them again. Oh no, I think I have to talk to the Gyarados. I hate the Gyarados. This stupid moon-shaped man and his pudgy, angry wife. Mr. Gyarados appears to be out. Oh well. Suppose we'll just have to come back again later. So that's it? That's it? That's it. That's all. That's all, folks. That's literally the extent of this. Oh God, why is that all cracked? Probably shouldn't poke around these here while Mr. Gyarados. Are you sure? Because that's bad. I can't. Okay, well, bye. Go back to prison? What, are there like 15? No, well, mainline games, there's only technically 8. Because there's the original 3, then I think there's Apollo Justice, Dual Destinies, Spirit of Justice, and then there's Great Ace Attorney and Great Ace Attorney 2. Oh! Oh yeah, Miss Gyarados. Oh, because she's the one who threw the knife. And even though it was inadvertent, she still technically stabbed. That's why she hadn't shown up. I was wondering. I was like, what the hell happened to her? In Sham's room? Sholmes wasn't there. Wait, was he there? God damn it. Did I not notice him in the corner? Oh, he is over there. Stop blending in with everything, you ass. Ugh. Mr. Sholmes, what are you up to over there? What a question indeed! Was it not your good self who asked me to attend the scene? Yeah, it was, and then you said some dumb stuff and kind of fucked off. Hang around the coat rack? I mean, true. Oi! What are you doing here, Sholmes? What are you up to over there? What are you doing here? Dear me, once a great detective, one is always under scrutiny, it seems. Is now the time, Mr. Sholmes? Are you about to show us your forensic talents in action as you promised? Are you going to show us your skin prints? With the greatest of pleasure, my dear madame. Sorry, I think some kids outside were like on a scooter because I was hearing like some noises. What's all this? Oh, this is precisely what you requested, Mr. Naruhodo. Herlock Sholmes' sensational skin print seeker gun. You know what? Now that I think, you know what a skin print sounds like? It sounds like one of those like telephone cards you'd pick up in Yakuza that's just got like a half-naked lady on it. That's what I think now. That's a skin print. It's a new type of card. It's a sexy card. And he's trying to find sexy cards. Good job, Sholmes. Moments ago, I took a sample from the teacup that was used by the victim. Why does it have to be in a gun? Why does everything have to be shot out of a gun? A sample from Mr. Shamspeare's cup? Each individual leaves microscopic secretions on everything he or she touches. Don't talk about my secretions. A sample of those secretions is all I need to produce this, a refined indicator solution. By liberally spraying the room with this chemical, everything the victim touched is instantly revealed with the aid of these goggles. Oh no, are you gonna see like a bunch of stains everywhere, Mr. Sholmes? Like when you turn a black light on in like some bachelor's apartment, and it's just stains everywhere? Here, try them on. Oh God, oh, it's blue. There, now spray the chemical indicator about and all will be revealed. Spray, how do I do that exactly? A little press of A on the area you're interested in is all that is required. Like this! Whoa! Oh, what is that stuff? It's like fog. A suspension of the chemical indicator in a pressurized gas. It is the most efficient way to cover a large area. There was another invention I discovered incidentally while I was developing this idea. As you do. Go ahead, try it, my dear fellow. We may learn something interesting about the victim's movements on the night in question. Well, it's nothing to lose, I suppose. Let's explore. Okay, I'm gonna spray that. Whoa, that's a lot of handprints. Whoa, that's a lot. What? Oh, box? What was he doing to that box? Whoa, what? Excuse me, were they really just like wrestling or was something else going on in that room? Because that's a lot of handprints in one location. That is questionable. What is my man doing in his room? Like, even if he was pulling the picture off the wall, he shouldn't have his hands like this in like many different ways. Like, there are dozens of handprints here. So there are, a great many indeed. So much that it's hard to make out any one individual print, in fact. Ugh, sends a chill down my spine. Yeah, that does look kind of ghostly. Perhaps he was leaning against the wall while he admired this picture? Sure. Unlikely, I would say. It's a rather dull scene after all. Well, considering how poor he is, maybe it looks really cool. And without wishing to state the obvious, you wouldn't generally admire a picture from such a close quarters, I feel. Oh, yeah. Oh, very true, Miss Susato. It's a bit of a mystery, then. Well, I guess, like... Is there, like, some secret panel? Close? Oh, no. There's handprints there and a mysterious hole really low. Yeah, I mean, come on. Like, you look at that and you're like, I'm sorry. I don't care who you is. That looks questionable. Whoa, what? Oh, look at all of this here. Well, at least you tried out various positions. Oh, yes, interesting. A multitude of the victim's handprints. Why are so many of them on the floor in this one spot? I don't know. Maybe because that is a floorboard you can pry up? Ooh, perhaps he had a bad fall just here? There's nothing obvious that he would have tripped over, though. Is there? I wonder. Personally, I often stumble when there's nothing obvious to trip over. I think that's something only a great detective would do, Mr. Sholmes. Stop praising him for being an idiot, Susato. Well, this is quite a puzzle. Handprints all over the floor. Yes, there's no obvious explanation. Except, let's look at, that is so obviously a piece of the floor that can come up. Look at it. These are only shams prints? No, exactly. Well, we sprayed Mr. Sholmes' amazing skin print indicator all over this room, didn't we? I hate it so much. We did, but there are 2 places in particular that are of interest, I would say. Okay, well, let's look at this first. Handprints on the obvious, and then the less obvious. Yes, and I think the floor warrants closer investigation. I won't be a moment. Oh, are you gonna just pick it up? I would put gloves on first. Ah! What is it, Miss Susato? Look here, Mr. Naruhodo. One of the floorboards has popped out. You mean, it's a secret hiding place? Excellent work, Miss Susato. So, what have we in here? Oi! What are you lot doing? Inspector Gregson, I forgot you were there. Stand aside right this minute. It's my job to investigate there. No need, Inspector. You continue to dig into your portion of chips whilst we dig around under the floor here. Your fancy talks put me off my food anyway, Sholmes. A new bit of evidence is exactly what I need. Well, we both want this evidence. Get out! Everybody stop getting on the floor. Wow, a secret hiding place under the floor. What a find. It's not a hiding place you could make use of in Japan. I don't think I could lift a straw to Tommy Mat. No, I know, but I never expected one of these wooden floorboards to move either. Got me wondering about the wall over there, too. Aren't you curious? Oh! I'll investigate it once. Okay, please don't. Oh, okay. So he moved the box there so he could get up there and do something. There's nothing behind the picture, sadly. Only the wall. Maybe the wall can move. How disappointing. But then, how do you explain the handprints? I really can't think of why anyone would have been touching the wall over and over in one place like that. I can think of a couple, but they're not within the age rating of this game. Click. Brr. There you are, a print for you. The photograph of the handprints on the wall has been entered into the court record. Oh, I guess he took it through the... Oh, thank you very much. Oopsie, oopsie. Sorry, His invention can make prints too? Now then, okay. I'm desperate to know. So am I. Gregson, what are you doing down there? Floundering about on the floor. Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna examine the man. Gregson, what you doing? I'd love to know if there's anything hidden underneath that floorboard there. Allow me to ask Gregson now. After all, we're well acquainted. He hates you, though. He just works with you because he thinks Iris is gonna put him in the book. Inspector Gregson, really, it's been too long. What is it, Sholmes? I thought perhaps you might show me what you found there, seeing as we're such good friends. We're not friends. No, I suppose not. Oh, you're gonna be sad? A dismal failure! Stupid. Yes, I heard. Ugh, I'd kill to know it was under that floorboard. Would you? Would you kill Inspector Gregson? You shouldn't say that you would kill on a crime scene. All right, then. Fair is fair. What? You did discover the hiding place after all. I suppose I should at least fill you in. Really, Inspector? Thank you. Guess Shakespeare's not the only one getting filled in this room. That's just a little joke. Do it quickly, my dear fellow. There's one thing I know about this man. It's that he blows with the wind, as fickle as the weather. Oi! Stop making me out to be some kind of nut. There were 3 items under the floor there. A newspaper clipping, a photographic print, and a tin box. Now, what do you want to know? Oh God, can't you just tell me about all 3 of them? What's the newspaper clipping? Oh, looks like this was cut out of the paper about 3 months ago. It's about a convict who got sick and died while he was serving up time in Manchester. How terrible. It made the headlines down here in London as well. The bloke had been sentenced to death, you see, but nature got him first. Oh my goodness, he'd committed a capital offense? Man by the name of Selden. Nasty piece of work in the burglaries and murder. When you have to do all yeah, just tell us and don't. Yeah, no, that's probably one of the things that I don't like about this game. This game is already quite long, but they do things that make it even longer that they don't need to do. And this is the 8th game, you know? So there's a lot of quality of life stuff, but they still kind of do the same tropes. And I'm like, just let me learn it all at once. They say the ore he'd get knocked off was worth about £1,000. A hoard of treasure, you mean? Jewelry and the like, but he hid it somewhere and no one knows where. Now he's dead. The papers loved it, of course. £1,000 lost en route to hell, or some such was the headline. £1,000? God, he must have been so skinny. Does it not strike you, though? Why such an article would be so carefully ensconced under the floor? I suppose now that you mention it, it does seem a bit odd. Perhaps I'll go over the paperwork we've got on Selden back at the yard and see if I can turn anything up. Capital offender article. Selden, a criminal sentenced to death penalty, but he died of illness. Is he in here then? Okay, he's not. I guess he wouldn't show up in there. Maybe later. So, this is the photograph I found. Looks reasonably recent to me. Hey! Oh, whoa. Are you... Oh, I should have known! Is that kid... Is he the son of the Garadebs? I know he was a witness before, and I think he's also an art student, along with what's-her-face. Miss Green, sorry. Yes, it would appear to have been taken on the street in front of the house here. And the gentleman on the left is Mr. Garadeb, the landlord, of course. Who's the young man on the right? Mr. Garadeb's son, perhaps? Yeah, he does look familiar. Like, he's got the same face. Perhaps you can take the print if you like. Really? Are you sure? We can presume, therefore, that the yard already knows. The identity of the young fellow, that is. Ah, is that true? I don't know. Why don't you ask him? Well, it's too bad if we do. Unfortunately for you lot, leaking information isn't one of my pastimes. If I was here, you would. My dear Inspector, if I may be so bold as to point something out. Pastimes are for one's leisure. But this is for work. Oh, the more reason I'm not telling you. Ah, dismal failure. Yeah, good job. 2 out of 2, Sholmes. Yeah, together with a young man. Wonder why a photograph like this was hidden under the floor. I mean, Mr. Shamster himself isn't in it. Photographic prints are still rare treasures in the East End. I imagine Mr. Garrideb was rather delighted to have been immortalized. He probably made a proud present of it. Tin box. What's in the tin box? Now, this tin box looks interesting, doesn't it? Yeah, it sure does. What's in it? Altoids? Might I suggest, Inspector, that you open it? If you were to find something inside that reveals the truth behind the case, I wouldn't be in the least surprised. Yeah, funnily enough, I've already had a look. It's completely empty. Ah! What? Shamster, give us a clue, man! You didn't have the chance to utter a word, Mr. Naruhodo. But anyway, at least we found out what's inside the box. What if it has poison in it? What if that's where the poison was? He poisoned himself, and then he made it look like the other man did it. So I don't know why you do that. I don't know. Yes, thin air. It's empty. Rather like how I feel inside. Wow. Is there nothing more to this box then? I wonder. Ow. It's a cat! Wait, why are you down here? Hello. You're Mr. Natsume's cat. Oh, look, it's that lovely little kitty cat. What was its name? It's Mr. Natsume's, isn't it? I don't think we ever asked him, actually. Why don't we call it, Wagahai? You know, like Mr. Natsume refers to himself in Japanese. What have we got in here? Clever cat. I don't know, probably because this place is like a dump. Oh, wonderful. Well then, Wagahai, here's something delicious that I brought you from the cat's meats man. What? We went to a cat meat man? What? Meow. When did you get that? Why did you, when? I couldn't be happy. He couldn't be happier now. Look, he probably could be happier. I just hope we can bring some happiness to his owner, too. I am a cat, yeah. It's... Okay. Oh, look, he's making biscuits. Hello. Stretch. Did you see the murder? Are you a witness? That's a cheeky little meow, Wagahai. It sounded like every other meow, Rian. What are you talking about? That was... Oh, but he's so adorable. I could sit and watch him forever. I think he may not appreciate that after a while. We have an investigation to get back to. Title of the real Saseki's book. Oh. Huh. Okay. Well, cool. So, the cat showed up and we fed the cat. Okay, well, I guess now it's time to go to talk to Mr. Garrideb because we found a picture. So maybe he's back now. There's so much running around. Nope, he's not here. Oh, let's go to prison. Hey, we fed your cat. Wait, do we have anything we could show him? Oh, Okay. Let's go back to the hospital. Nope. What do you want from the game? Briar Road. Nope. Back to the Shomes. Nope. Let's go to my room and let's just take a nap. I'm bushed. Nope. What the? Wait, did I go to the Gyarados room? I think that was the first place I went, and nothing was different. Yeah, nothing was different. Am I supposed to like? But there's not. I looked at the cat. Is there new stuff to look at now that cat exists? We already looked at that. Oh, we already looked at him, and I can't talk to him. He's too busy. Just walking around on the floor. Oh, I did, but I could talk to her again. It's just usually. Nope, I don't want to move. But I already examined her. And she said something. I examined everything in this room. I can't converse with her. And she got mad because he tried to look at her painting, and I can't look at the painting. And then I checked the medicine cabinets, and that, and this, and I can't present anything. All I can do is move. What the fuck? Like, I don't know. I already talked to him about the 3 things. Unless there's like one very key thing. I've looked at everything in this room. Including Mr. Man in the hole. Maybe you know what? I bet I have to look. I bet I have to look at this stuff. They're like, hey, you can't leave until you actually look. Okay. Handprints on wall. Because this probably has something. Oh, are you kidding me? Manchester's Strangeways prison announced the death of convicted murderer and burglar Selden by natural causes in the early hours this morning. He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. Alerted by the shouts of his fellow cellmate, medical staff arrived to find him already dead before his capital punishment could be carried out. Okay, cool. And then this. We know those guys. It's annoying because usually it'll show like it'll show something when you go here if there's something new. What does it have to do with him? Oh my god. Present. What's this? It's a newspaper cutting that we found in Mr. Shamsfield's room. Oh, so he knew, did he? Sorry? About this man, Selden. A convicted killer and the evil spirit behind the curse that afflicts my lodging. Oh, because he did say it was a capital offender. So I was just supposed to put that together and remember that this crazy man who fucking rambles and says bullshit was actually talking about something legit. I hate this man. What? He's already taken one young man's life, and now he's trying to take the life of another, a miserable mustached, much maligned Japanese man. Mr. Natsume, if you know something, please, you must tell us. Tell us everything you can about this evil spirit. Capital offender Selden. Some conclude. Yeah, it's so because it's like you have the stuff now. Like if it had like kind of keyed me in by being like, oh, Because usually it shows the date and the location when something new is available, but it was just like, well, you've been to all these places, but whatever. Truth is, I didn't know about the details myself until very recently. You were intended to come here after getting the article? Yeah. Selden Man was arrested about a year ago now, and at the time he was hiding out in the lodgings at Mr. Garadeb's house. Oh, what? He lived where you do now? That's right, yes, exactly where I live now, in my very room. Well, he did, until he died. Oh my, your room was previously occupied by a criminal found guilty of a capital offense. But before his sentence could be carried out, he died in prison. Oh, it's 3 months ago now. And that's when it started. The curse! He mentions a convict. Yeah, no. He said a capital offender, but I was like, I didn't put two and two together because I thought he was just talking bullshit because that's kind of most of what he says. What really is this curse you keep mentioning, Mr. Natsume? It's already caused one death. A few months after the criminal passed away in prison, a man died in the room. The man who rented it after Selden, in fact. And the poor lodger, he was found dead in mysterious circumstances. The room was a little locked from the inside. That sounds familiar. Locked from the inside? Exactly like the case we're dealing with now. So that's the convict's curse, is it? Yes, well, that was the start of it. Okay, the convict's curse. Oh, God, so much talking. It's already been an hour and a half, and we're still in Investigation Part 3. But I think after Investigation Part 3, we immediately go into Trial Part, the last one for this, and then, Trial Part 3, and then maybe 4 immediately after. Oh. Do you have any idea how the lodger before you passed away, Mr. Natsume? The official cause of death was asphyxia. When they discovered the body, the room was full of gas. Hey, remember? So something's wrong with the gas in there because you keep on talking about how you're waking up and you can't breathe because of the curse. It's not a curse. There's too much gas in there and you're dying because the light goes out, but you leave the gas on like a fucking idiot. They discovered the body. The room was full of gas. Gas? I only found that out after I'd signed the lease. When Mr. Garadeb came to tell me later, I couldn't stop myself trembling. In fact, if I'd known beforehand, I probably would have been too scared to take the room. Landlord's lease, luckily legal. Lucky for Mr. Garadeb, maybe, but not so lucky for poor Mr. Natsume. Okay, that's good. And you believe this curse is affecting you? It is. At first, I just felt as though I was being watched all the time. And then you talked about having nightmares, didn't you? The dead are trying to take me with them. They could come for me and try to suffocate me. I wonder if he died because he had already, been poisoned by breathing in too much gas, and so he just got sick and died while in prison. The dead, yeah, they're trying to suffocate you. No, you're not. I wake up, and the room is as cold as ice because the heat's not on, and the gas is going, and you're so dumb. But why is your room so cold? London winters are too cold to bear without any heating on overnight. But for some reason, even though I light the stove before I climb into bed at night, the pilot light always goes out and the room fills with gas. But that's terrible. Oh, because your downstairs neighbor keeps screwing with stuff and it knocks out your light. It's exactly the same situation as what led to the previous occupant's death. And then there's what happened to Mr. Shamster last night when he was mysteriously poisoned. It's clearly more to that incident than can be explained by a curse, though. Whatever can be the cause of all these strange happenings in Mr. Garadeb's rooms? I don't know. Well, you know what? Maybe it's time to go to the Garadeb's room. Because I bet he's finally back after all that. There we go. Yep, okay, that knocked something loose. Finally. Ugh. Also, sorry, I'm moving the racing wheel. Because it keeps getting in the way of me seeing things. I have a stand coming in for it soon, but for right now, I'm just gonna kind of stay Stay off to the side. Sorry about all the shaking. I had to affix it to the desk. There we go. Ah, you're here now, Mr. Garadeb. Right, bally business it is for me, you know, getting out and about. Were you at the Old Bailey by any chance? Naturally, fate of my lodgings hangs in the balance and all that. Not a trial to miss. Bit of what's already been dubbed your haunted lodgings, yes? Of course, the place has caused quite a stir around the capital on more than one occasion lately. Yeah, for various reasons. As the old haunted lodgings or some such. Ah, well, at least he knows. Makes you wonder what the blazes is going on, don't you know? I don't know, I figured as the person, like, who's taking care of the place, you might know, but you could also just feign ignorance. Yes, I'm sure it does. In fact, thinking back to Mr. Natsume's other trial just 2 days ago, you were at the Old Bailey then as well, weren't you? Testifying with your wife about what happened. Stopped off at the prison on the way home, in fact. Beastly business. I see. Oh yeah, he has to stand up to talk to me, I forgot. So what brings you to my haunted abode today, eh? Wow, that was a long time of him just staring. Right. Your lodgings. Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? Yes, the house does seem to have become something of a magnet for rum fellows of late. Wow. What does that mean? Thanks to that bally curse. No. Convict's curse, you mean? Ah, heard the stories, have ya? Rotten scoundrel was arrested here, and the next chap in the room goes and keels over. Then that woman who's dropped dead just outside on the street. Not to mention the actor yesterday. She wasn't dead, though. She just was stabbed. Am I next, eh? Well, can't help but get the collywobbles, can ya? When you said the woman who dropped dead outside on the street, do you mean Miss Green? Because Miss Green, who was stabbed with a knife, and Mr. Shamster, who was poisoned last night, are both very much still alive. Yes, well, so is that blasted convict's curse, it seems. Personally, I should be quite content with such lodgings. A bath, a toilet, a fireplace, a fascinating history. Oh, why, it sounds like the lap of luxury. Does it? Not so sure about that. Well, there's no bath or toilet included. No fireplace either. Yeah, that actually sounds terrible. But you do look out for your tenants, don't you? By watching the rise and fall of the flames in your gas lamps up here. Yes, never hurts to keep an eye on things, in case there are any mishaps or such like. I think you had your mishap already, sir. Oh, that's not helpful, Mr. Sholmes. Heaven forgive me. The words just came to my lips. A lot of things come to your lips without any thoughts, sir. Sorry to say. Some fishy fellow from the Far East and a failed actor chap of questionable character, eh? There's no need for that, Mr. Garadeb. You literally just said it. That's right. Mr. Natsume is in no way fishy. Okay, look, he is. He's definitely fishy. Like, don't even act like he's not. He is undeniably peculiar, however. Is it right that he took the vacancy immediately after the previous tenant passed away? Yes, that's right. I asked the estate agent to find someone, and he popped up the very same day. Never come across a chap so keen for a place with a background, as it were. I don't think it was the room's background he was keen on so much as the cheap rent, actually. Well, when you put it like that, it makes it sound bad. So, how long has Mr. Shamspeare been lodging under your roof? That failed actor chap? Let's see. Oh, of course. Yes, it's been 3 months now. Quite sure of it. Oh, imagine that. Only 3 months. It's quite new here, too. And to what do you owe your certainty in that regard, Mr. Garadeb, if I might ask? Well, it was that Selden scoundrel as it happens. Selden? The convict, you mean? Does Selden and Shamspear have some kind of connection, then? Oh, my God. What if Selden is Shamspear? Shamspear's tenancy. That convict chap, Selden, passed away in the clink 3 months ago, you see? Some malady or whatever. Yes, we've seen the report. Yeah, okay. Well, it was only 3 days later that tragedian showed his face, the actor fellow. That seems suspicious. Really? Yes, I remember it quite distinctly. To small this world we inhabit, prithee, landlord, hear my request. I, the humble Shamster, do desire to take thy room on the middle floor, offered erewhile for rent. Terribly sorry and whatnot, but that won't be possible. I already have a lodger on the middle floor. Ground floor was vacant, though. Nothing can be made out of nothing. Let me repeat mine will unto thee. These curls must be muffling your ears. The room on the middle floor is taken. Ground floor or nothing. Very well. We have an accord. Glad to hear it. Welcome to Briar Road. Lo, a Shamspear dance to celebrate. Kill him. Just end his life. I wish he had died with that poison. From what I heard in court today, sounds like the chap was thieving gas. And he was 3 months arrears with rent, too. Yes, the fellow was a bally player, all right. What's up? Thank you for your candor, Mr. Garadeb. We are most grateful. By way of appreciation, allow me to say 1 or 2 words. Give me my robe. Put on my crown. I have immortal longings in me. What? What? What's happened to you? Shakespeare, my dear fellow. One of his most famous lines. Is it? Did you mess it up? I wish to divulge my own learnings of the subject, for I have a turn for literature too, you know. Perhaps you could turn your attention to more apt lines then. Okay. So... Oh, probably this. Hey, who's this? Mr. Garadeb, could I ask you to look at this photograph? Every time I do, it makes me laugh. Is that your son who's with you there? No, not at all. He was a lodger here once. Duncan Ross was his name. I don't get it. If that's a pun, I don't get it. Duncan Ross? Is that supposed to be a playoff of like Bob Ross? I don't know. If it's a pun, it's flown over my head. Duncan Ross. Street photographer who happened to be passing, so I asked him to take a shot. Just for kicks, really. Oh, okay. He does look kind of like you. Was he by any chance a lodger before, Mr. Natsume? Yes, that's right. Wait, but he died? But he's alive. He's not dead, though. He was definitely... That's witness, bro, right? I'm so confused. You're looking, getting ready to move and had to make some... Yeah, no, you're fine. Welcome back. Oh, the young gentleman who died in the room in mysterious circumstances. Just what Mr. Mustache was waiting for, one might say. Yes, young Duncan lived in the room at the top of the first flight of stairs before that Japanese chap. That'd be back. You hate making those calls? Yeah, no, I'm not a fan either of making tons of phone calls. Would you mind telling us a little bit more about him? The lodger's death, okay. Yes, Duncan Ross, young chap, was attending art school. Had to work to pay for it, mind. Moved into the middle floor about a year ago after that criminal, Selden, was arrested. Young students are always on the hunt for rooms with a history behind them, and also rooms that are cheap. History of cheap rent, maybe, yes, yeah. Jeez. Duncan, oh, it is? You dig this dude's moon profile? Yeah, he does just look like a moon. It's funny. And today is the day of the eclipse, and then this man's here. Yes, well, anyway, it was one morning about a month now. Hadn't quite worked out the old trick of watching the gas lamps to see what my lodger's up to at the time. So sadly, I was rather tardy to discover what had happened. Smell of gas that alerted me it was. Ah, yes, synonymous with the smell of death. Called the police straight away, of course. The officer kicked the door off its hinges. But once we got inside, we all bally collapsed. Because of the gas? Yes, room was full of it. No air at all. Stove must have gone out while the poor chap was sleeping in his bed. That sounds familiar. So Mr. Ross suffocated to death. Of course, the police gave me a sound ticking off because the gas pipes were so old and all that. Can't tell you how much it set me back to have the lot replaced all over the house. But even after you had all that work done, Mr. Natsume says the same thing. That the stove goes out at night while he's asleep in bed. Oh, he doesn't look happy. Well, that's the bally curse, the convict's curse. Done my duty as a landlord now. Have you? Someone's feeling defensive. Yeah, that doesn't seem like you're telling the truth. That reminds me, actually. Yes? About young Duncan, the night before the poor chap perished. He'd been writing a letter of affection to a young lady. Oh, no. A love letter, you mean? Likely a reference to Shakespeare, Sherlock Holmes, or Japanese history. Got it. Where'd I put it now? Ah, here it is. Left it at my desk. Do you excuse me? Let's see now. What does it say? To my most beautiful and charming sweetheart. Do you think that we should be reading such a personal piece of correspondence? He's dead. What does it matter? My dear Miss Susato, that is precisely why I prefaced my reading with, if you'll excuse me. I will not excuse you, Mr. Sholmes, no. Sadly, he didn't address it, though. So I have no means of delivering the thing. Rather sad, really. Well, there's only one person it could go to. I see. That's gonna play on my mind. But really, the identity of Mr. Ross's sweetheart has no bearing on the case. Does it? I think we should leave well alone. Yes, I suppose you're right. Indeed, the intended recipient's address is missing. However, there is a name attributed to the man's most beautiful and charming sweetheart. Mr. Sholmes, please, I've already had to chastise you about this once. My undying love to you, my colorful darling, Olive Green. Oh, I know that name. Olive Green, the woman who was plunged into a coma after a knife plunged into her back outside the house 5 days ago. The victim of the last case Saseki-san was in court for, who regained consciousness only yesterday. Is it just chance that her name has come up now? Could it possibly be a mere coincidence? Mr. Naruhodo, whatever can this mean? Reading personal correspondence can have its merits, you see, Mrs. Sato. Oh, I'm such a jackass. Anyway, can you stop staring at me so I can leave? Because now I gotta show, wait, I don't, it's not, oh, it's not, it's not considered. I guess I just go talk to her. Well, bye. Hey, did you know a Duncan Ross? Uh-oh. Hello? Olive? Mr. Naruhodo, I've just finished speaking with the doctor. It seems Miss Green is well enough to be discharged at last. This is good news, but hopefully... Ah! What is it? Uh-oh. What? No! Is she poisoning herself? Miss Green? Was this Romeo and Juliet? What is happening? Uh-oh. What are you doing? What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back. One moment. I'll be with you in a jiffy. Don't drink that. Oh, you're hiding it. Oh, you put it on the stool. What is happening? Oh, hello, everyone. What are you all doing here? The doctor has said I can be discharged, so I'm just getting my things together. Miss Green, what were you just doing? Oh, nothing, really. I was just about to take some medicine the doctor prescribed for me, that's all. Well, we were hoping to have another quick chat with you, if that's all right. I don't really have anything else to tell you. All right, she's definitely behaving strangely. Let's see if we can't coax something out of her. Converse. Hospital discharge. Lover. What? Come on. Wonderful news that you're going to be discharged, Miss Green. Oh, yes, thank you. Once people are better, the hospital staff don't want them lingering around and wasting space. Not people like me, anyway. So I don't think I should keep anyone waiting. I probably shouldn't stand around and chat. She certainly doesn't seem to be in the mood to talk, that's for sure. Are you... Wait, maybe I can, pull out his profile? His profile! I can't... Oh, wait, I have to... Fuck. Oh, there we go, present. I was like, how do I do this again? Wait, can I not present people? Oh, the picture. Miss Green, we were hoping to ask you about someone. Mr. Duncan Ross. You knew him, didn't you? Okay, so even though I didn't have the letter, I still had the picture of him. Oh, cool, I've killed... Oh, no! Oh, that... Is that gonna eat through the floor? Oh, no, I'm so sorry. The bottle of medicine fell down when she did. That doesn't look like medicine. Oh, Miss Green, are you all right? Man, what the hell is... Oh, I bet the rat's gonna go over there and lick it up and die. So sorry, I didn't mean to startle you like that. No, it's all right. I just wasn't expecting it. But how do you know about Duncan? Mr. Ross had been writing a letter to you when he passed away. The landlord found it in his room. It was a very personal letter to you. Okay. It was at the art school. That's where I met Duncan. A year ago now. He was working to fund his studies. He dreamt of becoming a professional artist one day. And the two of you became romantically involved? Yes, that's right. We were very much in love. We were engaged to be married, actually. Oh, that is kind of sad. That's why he decided to move into a cheaper room, to save money for the wedding. And that's what led him to Mr. Garadebs. Yes, he told me he'd found the worst, but cheapest room in the entire East End. And then, 1 month ago, that's when it happened. We're so terribly sorry, Miss Green. Well, it's all in the past now, I suppose. Poor Miss Green. She looks desperately sad. I was starting to think it was just her look. Wow, nice. Rude. And now I see that she has every reason to feel the universe is against her. I do hope you won't think I'm being rude, but, would you mind leaving me in peace now? I have to leave the hospital soon. Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to hold you up. The rat is gone. Of course, we'll be on our way. Mr. Naruhodo! Yep, the rat is dead. I knew it. Fucking poison. I knew it! Surely you are not about to leave. That is quite out of the question. What? Mr. Sholmes, I didn't realize you were here. But of course I was, my dear fellow, watching intently from the shadows as always. Well, make your presence known next time. Mr. Sholmes, what's this about? Something which occurs to me with some regularity, Miss Susato, is this. Why do detectives insist on such an ex post facto modus operandi? Why solve a case after it's happened, instead of preventing a case before it happens? That is what sets a great detective apart. You don't do that, though. You always show up afterwards, bro. What do you mean? There is a case waiting to happen under our very noses, Mr. Naruhodo. So let us avert disaster. Let us prevent this case from ever happening, with nothing but careful observation. All right. All the clues you need are set before you. You need only look, and you cannot fail to see. You can do it, Mr. Naruhodo. I know you can. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, first things first. There's a dead fucking rat. Well, mouse. That mouse seems to be dead. Look, I didn't notice it before. Did you? I think perhaps it drank the medicine that spilled out of the bottle. I don't think that's medicine. I think that's poison. But that's the bottle that Miss Green was about to drink from when we arrived. You don't think? Ah, I see you've come to appreciate the true nature of this scene. That of a tragedy about to take place. Of course, because Romeo and Juliet. I want this case to be over. I'm just going to say it. I don't want to do this anymore. I just want it to be finished. I don't want to deal with these people. I think it's falling into place. So, Miss Green, the contents of that bottle you had before has spilled out on the floor, and the poor mouse that drank it has sadly died, like immediately. Ah! I think it's clear that the bottle must have contained a powerful poison. Were you about to commit Sudoku? Don't worry. I will attend to the mouse presently. Give it a little mouse funeral. Bury it. Miss Green, were you intending to go the same way as that rodent? To take your own life? Ah! Once we'd left, you would have put it to your lips again, wouldn't you? And taken the poison. No! Yeah, you definitely were about to drink it. Miss Green, please talk to us. Okay, well, what's that? What's this letter? Take a look at that then. Definitely feels as though this card must be relevant. I mean, when we first arrived, Miss Green was standing with it in her hand in what could only be described as a very tense atmosphere. And yet she hid it. That letter has green envelope! Yes, it may very well be related to whatever incident Mr. Sholmes believes was about to happen here. Perhaps we should ask Miss Green about it. It's a green envelope, and the side is torn off. And I have it in my inventory. Excuse me, Miss Green. What are you about to... Suicide! I can't say that. Unaliving. 10 seconds later, and we would have arrived at a very different scene here. In all probability, we would not have enjoyed this most delightful conversation. Of course, perhaps it hasn't quite been so delightful from your perspective, Miss Green. Yeah, I mean, she is really self-deprecating, and the man that she was supposed to marry got killed, so, you know. Actually, in a way, now that everything's out in the open, I feel like a weight has been lifted. Tell me, how did you acquire that medicine? Well, this being a hospital and all, when the doctor comes to examine me in the mornings, he unlocks... Yeah, he leaves the medicine cabinet open and she took it. She snuck it out. Conspicuously lacks a label. I wonder what it contains. Okay. I'm afraid I don't really know, but I thought if I drank it, it might just stop the pain somehow. Oh, please, Miss Green, don't talk of such things. Well, it seems clear now that it contained poison or something. I mean, even if it's medication, if you overdose on medication, you will die. It's only helpful in so much. Yeah, the mouse OD'd on drugs. Yeah. Yes, that poor little mouse is proof of that. Oh, no. Oh, it's all my fault. What have I done? It's just a mouse. It's fine. It's not like a crime to kill a mouse. It's just kind of mean. I shall remove this to my office, Miss Green. I take it you have no objection? No, none. The card. Tell us about the card. Neither the sender's name or address appear to be written on the envelope or the card. It arrived by post at my home the day before the incident that put me in the hospital here. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Do they? Come to the Slug and Salad. Gross. The hell is up with these British names? Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Yeah? Wait a minute. The 17th of this month? That's the day you were stabbed on Briar Road. And 5 p.m. is precisely the time when the incident occurred. What the hell? The Slug and the Salad, yes, a pub on the northern corner of Briar Road. Briar Road, being the street that Mr. Gerdep's house is on. Does this mean that... Yeah, somebody premeditated this. Yes, I'm sure you've guessed. That day was when I was struck in the back by the knife. I was actually on my way to the slug in the salad. Goodness. So that's what you were doing on Briar Road that day. I'm sorry I didn't tell you this earlier. I think I really will have to ask you to excuse me now. I've told you everything. Yes, I'm very sorry if it had to drag up such painful memories for you. No, it's fine. Miss Green. Please, promise us you won't try to do anything like that again. Yes, don't worry. Your detective friend is... And besides... I've been stabbed in the back and I had a close shave with a bottle of poison and I'm still here. I think I'm destined to see things through to the end. It might sound a little conceited, but, well, that's how this has made me feel. Well, I mean, it's not really conceited. It kind of makes sense. If you've almost died but not died twice, and one of them was by your own hand, then, you know. Leaving Miss Green and St. Bartholomew's behind, we made our way back to Baker Street with Mr. Sholmes. Well, it would appear that we've reached the end of the investigative trail for today. Yes, it's late. And, Mr. Naruhodo, did you discover anything that may be of use to you in the court tomorrow, do you think? Details about Mr. Shamspeare, Mr. Garredeb's lodgings, the convict Selden. There are many facets to this case, and we've yet to see to the heart of it, if you ask me. That's my feeling, anyway. Can't help wondering about the results of the analysis. Into Mr. Natsume's tea, you mean? Yes, will they have found strychnine in it or not? Well, I fear that either way, it will be hard to escape the grip of our friend Mr. Reaper. Oh dear. Okay. Yes, Baron von Zeeks, or Barock. Keep saying Baron. But I wish you every success, of course, and though I was late to rise this morning, tomorrow will be a new dawn. I intend to spring from my bed at a crisp hour and attend the trial. Mr. Sholmes, you're going to come to the trial, Cesaro. You gotta finish that. Indeed, whatever happens, I shall be there, assuming my eyelids cooperate in the morning. Well, I think we've done all we can. All that's left is to remain focused and keep fighting for Mr. Natsume's case until the very end. London, the world's most prosperous city, home to some 6 million people. But away from the razzle-dazzle down in the back alleys and behind bricked-up windows, the lonely lurk. Saseki-san had battled long and hard with loneliness during his many months here, and so I felt honor-bound to battle equally hard for my compatriot to lift the curse that gripped him. As Mr. Sholmes said, tomorrow would be a new dawn for all of us! To be continued. Say it. Say it. Don't make me point at the side. Yay! Oh, we did it. Then we're going to save. And then I'm going to take a little break and get some more water and get a snack. Because, my gosh. So this is going to be trial part 2, which is going to be the final part of the memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. I sure hope, at least. It's not going to be easy, though, because we still don't have everything, which means stuff is going to show up during, which is just how it goes. Thoughts on the case? It's very long-winded. There's a lot, but so far, we know he was making coins for gas. A gas leak killed the previous tenant, and it's getting close to killing Saseki-san, even though he's saying it's a curse, even though it's definitely just more gas. Just more gas. I feel like the culprit is probably... I feel like the culprit has to be Mr. Shamspeare. Like, He's just doing a lot of dumb stuff and cover. I feel like he is not who he says he is, which, I mean, they call him Mr. Shamspear. He's also a thief and a liar. But he's the only one at this point where I'm like, I feel like he's the one who did it. And even like Miss Garadeb, I feel like that was a wrong place, wrong time, unless it was Mr. Garadeb. You know, it could either have been Mr. Garadeb or Shamspear, but it really feels like Garadeb just finds people, and then if they don't pay, he kind of like kills them to get new people in there. Sounds crazy. But also he's the only one who could have like made that thing and had a fight with his wife and somehow had that knife drop and know exactly like when that person was going to be there. Plus, I mean, he knew his wife was crazy anyway. Which is really far-fetched, but I'm sure there's been crazier theories. So we'll just have to see how it is going into things. But he definitely seemed like he was hiding something, especially about like the gas leak and all that. Because as soon as we called him out on that, he got very edgy. So, but yeah, we'll figure that out during the trial and see who exactly did it. Shamspear definitely has some stuff going on, but I don't know if he's actually the killer or if he's just a part of some other plot or just kind of a dumbass. We'll see.